Toyota and Tesla are on the opposite sides of electric car history. Tesla makes nothing but all-electric cars, and pretty much all Toyota cars have a gas tank. I'll let you decide which one is on the right side of history and which one is all right. It's the one with the cutting-edge technology and the best performance and the fart app. So not everything is a winner on the right side of history, but we're working on it. Now, a lot of people believe that Toyota has fallen so far behind, it will eventually have to go bankrupt for not keeping up with the times. But in reality, Toyota may be in a better position to turn itself around than you may think. As much as they've been yelling and screaming about how much they don't want to make electric cars, they actually have been preparing quietly for it all along, and here's how they can pull it off. Welcome to E4 Electric. If you are interested in everything that's going on in the world of electric cars, all you have to do is click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. Remember when Toyota has launched the Prius back in 2000? Right away it was identified with eco-friendliness, environmental consciousness, blinker turning forgetfulness, fast lane slow driving, no look lane changing, but mainly the whole environmental thingy. Toyota was the face of the green car technology, but since then the face has aged and wrinkled and started to forget where it left its glasses. I mean, it was right there in front of me just a second ago. Besides upgrading the Prius with the plug-in hybrid option, Toyota didn't really do much to advance its EV technology since then, as it got really good at and rich off of selling hybrids. I should mention that Toyota has launched an all-electric Mirai, but it runs off of a hydrogen fuel cell technology and thus can only be sold here in California, where there are a few and very limited number of hydrogen fueling stations. So really, this is nothing more than an art project. Meanwhile, Tesla, a California startup, has taken over as the industry leader in just a few years, not only in electric car manufacturing, but it also has become the most valuable automaker in the world, with Toyota being pushed down to number 2. So what did Toyota do in response to that? Stepped up their research and development? That would be reasonable, but no. Created an internal EV team like most of the manufacturers? That would make sense, but no. How about continuously lobbied US Congress to slow down the adoption of electric cars and spread lies about electric car adoption led by their CEO Akio Toyoda? That, my friends, is the right answer. Now, recently Toyota has unveiled an all-electric crossover that it says will go in production in about a year, called the BZ4X, but upon closer inspection, the car is designed almost to not sell. It's kind of like if you're a father who's buying a dress for your precious daughter who's going out to the prom with this guy Dylan. I was originally going to name him Jake, but I've been binge watching Modern Family. But anyway, that dress is going to be baggy and very long. But Toyota does have many options and has already taken multiple steps to be able to turn around on a dime and get into EV production, and this is how. But before that, a quick reminder that this video is brought to you by the Volkswagen ID4 EV, which I am now a proud owner of. I love the ID Lite, a feature exclusive to Volkswagen. It can give you visual cues letting you know when you need to make a turn without disturbing your conversation or pausing your music. See if you love the ID4 as much as I do by exploring the link in the description of this video. Alright, let's talk about how Toyota can catch up to Tesla and the rest of the industry and start making electric cars to compete. One of the most shocking suggestions recently came from Sandy Munro, the auto manufacturing guru and a monthly contributor to this channel, when he suggested Toyota should actually continue producing hydrogen cars. I will give you a second to stop yelling at the screen. Stop it, because here comes the twist. You see, Sandy suggested that instead of the current hydrogen technology, Toyota should swap it out for the one being developed by a little-known startup called Plasma Kinetics. The technology with so much promise, it was temporarily banned by the US government as a potential national security issue. I recently had the founder of Plasma Kinetics here on this channel for an exclusive interview, and you can find it on the homepage of this channel. So advancing the hydrogen technology to the more efficient and less expensive levels over the battery technology is apparently an option, but the more likely option is to catch up on the battery front. And that's exactly what Toyota has already done last year. While Tesla and Panasonic were having relationship problems over the fact that Tesla was making profits while Panasonic not so much, and Tesla started working on their own batteries independent of Panasonic. Plus, Tesla ended up ditching Panasonic in favor of younger and prettier battery suppliers like CATL and LG Chem in the Chinese market. And Panasonic was like, oh yeah, I see all of your overseas girlfriends, I'm gonna open a Tinder account. And guess what? Panasonic has met someone special. So last year, Panasonic has asked Toyota to go steady, and the two have created a beautiful, healthy joint venture called Prime Planet Energy and Solutions. And that, kids, is how battery cells are born. The goal of the joint venture is to cut costs and ramp up production of the battery cells for a large-scale EV production. Panasonic, meanwhile, has sold its entire stake in Tesla earlier this year. Take your ring back, you cheating bastard. I just remembered I had this diamond ring from like 20 years ago. Thanks for sparkling for the camera, buddy. So, Toyota essentially has taken the page out of Tesla's playbook by utilizing the same strategy with the same partner. Now, as we know, batteries are important, but so are the electric motors. Toyota has been making them for a while now, since they've made a decent number of plug-in hybrids and dabbled in hydrogen fuel cell cars. But there are other options, for example, from another Japanese company, Yamaha. Yamaha has recently unveiled a Hyper-EV electric motor with a maximum output of 350 kilowatts. The gear and the inverter are integrated into one unit for use of multiple units, so it can be used for a single, dual, tri, or quad motor EV. Yamaha is no stranger to building engines for Toyota and Volvo and Ford in the past. And guess what? Yamaha is partially owned by Toyota. There is no reason why they can't start building motors for them right now. Now, another option that is not very popular in the auto industry, but still a very much excellent option for Toyota, and that's acquisition. Buying one of many known and unknown startups out there that have developed excellent technology, but are either low on cash or weren't able to scale. A few examples would be the Faraday Future that just went public and is worth about $5 billion. It seems to have the in-house technology and working prototypes. There is also Bollinger Motors, Karma Automotive, and tons of others, and Toyota can totally afford it. It has about $70 billion in cash on hand. Come on, Toyota, splurge a little. Buy yourself something pretty like a shiny FF91. And as infuriating as it is for me and many of you watching, Toyota has plenty of time to milk its hybrid dominance, slow down the EV progress, and still end up transitioning into a successful electric car company. It's kind of like that kid in high school who did nothing but smoke weed, cut classes, and drive a beat-up Mustang. I believe you already met Dylan. And then all of a sudden at the 10-year reunion, he's like a doctor with a beautiful wife and kids. That could be you, Toyota. Let's discuss this further during our weekly subscriber hangout, which you can watch live and only live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific on this channel. All right, looking forward to all of your comments. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.